They're selfless achievers. They never tout themselves. They just serve others, making the lives that they touch much richer for the experience. They embody the true spirit of Acta non-Verba. They know that the work that they do and the positive impact it has on others is its own reward. I try to follow their example, and while having success from time to time, I generally fall short of the high bar that they've set. Most importantly, they remind me that success without honor is an unseasoned dish. While it might provide nourishment, its taste is unfulfilling and it doesn't go down very well. In addition to the help that my friends have provided to me, I've also received many lucky breaks. Most of those I trace back to Kings Point. With apology to John Dryden and other strict grammarians, I will tell anyone who will ever listen, this is the greatest institution on the planet to be from. We know the challenges when we're here. Apart from the first-rate education, the Academy develops character, leadership, perseverance, particularly through adversity, loyalty and teamwork, all within a principled and moral environment. These are life lessons that are beyond compare, and I wouldn't trade my experiences here for any other. We're reminded too often in life how hard it is to live by principles. While my parents instilled principles in me, Kings Point forged them in my soul. And God knows there are times that I failed, but these principles and 4 fabulous friends always return me to the proper course. If Kings Point hadn't been here for me, would I have been as successful? Unequivocally, I say no. My parents worked 3 jobs outside the home between them, so the cost of education was no small factor in my decision. How I got here was simply another set of lucky breaks. The first time I set foot on this campus, it was a beautiful day. Sailboats were on the Sound, and there was a clear view over to Manhattan. By contrast, the prior day I was at West Point. It was raining. Cadets marched in their gray uniforms against gray buildings and a gray sky. The image of me in a rice paddy in Vietnam was more than I could bear. I found Annapolis a bit full of itself, more Verba than Acta, if you will. And I wanted to save my mother the indignity of taking a janitorial position at the University of Pennsylvania, where at the time employees' children with qualifying grades could attend free of charge. That only made the handful of classes I took at Wharton more meaningful when Bell Atlantic would send me later in life. Hopefully this helps you appreciate why I so relish the opportunity that Kings Point has afforded to me, and pray that it'll be here to allow another generation to reach heights well above the station to which they were born. So as I look about the campus, I'm concerned about the level of decline in so many of the facilities. Not for any nostalgic reason, but because I see the opportunity for the next generation dwindling. Having had the lucky break and good fortune to survive a medical wake-up call earlier this year, I'm left with a greater understanding that our time on Earth is very short. Indeed, if I ever needed a reminder, I look at a telegram dated January 26, 1944, addressed to Raymond and Regina Dombrowski from the War Department of the United States, advising them that their son was missing in action and presumed dead. My father was a member of the Armed Guard aboard the SS Penelope Barker as it left Aberdeen, Scotland, bound for Murmansk, Russia earlier that week. It was torpedoed en route. It was the 3rd time my father had been torpedoed during World War II. It was miraculously rescued out of the icy waters of the North Sea. Ironically, my parents were married 6 years to the day after the date of that telegram. While decorated for his service and true to the values of that greatest generation of Americans, my dad rarely talked about his distinguished wartime service. All of this reminds me that things happen for a reason, that we must repay the debt that we have incurred in receiving assistance and lucky breaks, and the way that we do that is to leave a legacy. The true success comes by making the world a better place than it was before we touched it. It's not about personal aggrandizement, your name on a plaque or a building, receiving an award, or some other accolade. True success is about giving opportunity to others, making people better for having known you so that you continue in them long after your time here has expired. And in determining that success, I'm guided by the words of the immortal John Wooden. Don't measure yourself by what you've accomplished, but rather by what you should have accomplished with your ability. So these are the questions that I ask myself and would ask my alumni brethren to do the same. Have you benefited from the free education that the Academy afforded to you? Is your success in life directly attributable to that education? How much better are you for having graduated free of student loans? Did others who came before you do things that made your experience here better through their contributions? With those answers in hand, put your conscience in front of an honor board and let it dictate the appropriate portion of your good fortune that you should share in light of your personal situation. My belief is that a unified and properly channeled, our collective abilities will bring true success and allow us to repay our debt, such that the tune, God Steer Thee Well, King's Point, will resonate on this campus for many, many generations after we are gone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.